Welcome to my studio. I'm Glen Miller, and I'll be talking briefly about my painting process. We more often let our work speak for itself, but sometimes we get a chance to talk about what's behind the finished image. And I'll be talking mostly about this piece on my left. This piece is called Blackberry Winter. It was actually started during the early May cold snap. It's often referred to as Blackberry Winter. It also seemed a relevant statement at the time when the otherwise beautiful spring became a more troubling time, to say the least. Nature is always an important part of my work, especially my recent work, and often the figure is just another element of nature itself. In most of the new work, most of the plants and foliage are actually identifiable. For example, blackberry, honeysuckle, golden Alexander beginning to bloom, poison ivy, lots of it, smilax vine, mulberry beginning to fruit, and crossvine moving through the dead limbs overhead. All these elements were encountered on morning walks on the Swamp Rabbit Trail near my home, but not in this configuration. I brought all these things together to create this fictional scene that's here. I often use nature as metaphor, or I think of it that way anyway, as extensions of human instinct. For example, the instinct to be rooted, to stay rooted, versus taking flight. In this case, it's a kind of trapping in one's roots or culture, perhaps, but youth looking beyond, even through a dying past there. And maybe some tempting bloom and fruit behind him as well. I chose a thrush for a winged visitor. It's a bird whose song is quite beautiful, but it's seldom seen. It's often a calling rather than a physical presence. My intention was a story of hope in a challenging time, especially hope for youth. I will not be open for casual visiting this year, but I will have a temporary page on my website devoted to open studios, which will include prices for available work. If you're interested in seeing the work for possible purchase, you may use the contact information on my website, or you may also send me questions about the work. All sales will be through Hampton 3 Gallery, and you may visit that website as well for available work. My website is glenmiller.net. I hope you will take the time to check out my work. Feel free to send comments or questions. Thank you.